What to do if your house did not sell. So if you have tried to sell your house in the past and didn't get it sold, or maybe you're thinking about putting it on the market and you want to avoid having this happen to you, today we're going to go over what to do if you're having trouble selling your house, maybe why it happened before and how to avoid it in the future. So last year, as many as 1 in 3 home sellers took their house off the market because it wasn't selling. And it's tough, you might have thought you were going to sell it and move, and then your plans have to change because your house didn't sell. It's not a position you want to be in. But if it happened to you, you don't need to be embarrassed. What you need are answers and data, and that's what I'm here to bring you. So there are many common reasons that a house doesn't sell. Number one is probably the biggest one, that the house was priced too high. Buyers are out there looking at homes all the time. I encourage my buyers to look at 10 homes before they ever make an offer on anything to learn the market. And what they have learned is they are looking for a deal and they're not looking for an overpriced or odd home. So if your home is not selling in the time frame you think it should, chances are this is the reason why. So look at how many people are favoriting your property online, how many people are coming to visit and making appointments. And then when people are coming, I usually say if 10 people have seen the house and nobody's made an offer, that's a suggestion that it's not really converting them into a sale once they're at the place. So look at the pricing, and if you started on the high end to leave room for negotiation, you might want to rethink that strategy and price it to sell rather than pricing it to sit. The next thing that we have to take a look at is whether or not the house shows well. I find this happens a lot with for sale by owner folks, that they just have no idea how to make the property look good. And a lot of times it's something that we need an outside person to tell us, buddy, your house has a little bit of a stink, right? Could be from your dog, from your cooking, just from the age of the house, from smoking in the home. It can come from all sorts of different places, and that can affect how we get rid of it. But smells are a big one. The datedness of the home. Yeah, sure, you remodeled the kitchen, right? Back in 1985, pink isn't in anymore. We've got to change things up. So if the home does not show well, you have to decide if you're going to take the effort to update it and make it a little bit nicer, and sometimes that can make a huge difference, or whether you're going to just leave it as is and lower the price. I found recently in a condo that I was selling that had an expired, that repainting the interior had green walls, yellow walls, purple walls as accents in different rooms. We just took the sprayer, we painted the whole thing white so it was all one color. We got rid of the old large outdated furniture and brought in professional staging furniture, which always looks really nice and matchy and it's the right proportions for the space. And we had professional photography instead of cell phone photography taken by the owner. Not even the agent, is the owner who took a lot of the pictures with his phone. So it just didn't turn out to be the right type of listing. And we also changed the price in adapting to the feedback that we were getting from the market. And finally, exposure is a big thing. So sometimes people just put a sign in the yard. Maybe they don't want a sign in the yard. Sometimes it's hard to get into the property because a tenant is living there, or someone disabled, or someone occupying the home that's a day sleeper and they don't want people to come in. There are all sorts of reasons why it can be challenging for people to buy the home if the buyers are not able to get the full picture. I always say you can't give buyers too much information. They really thrive on that information to make them feel safe and that they know what's going on and they feel like it's kind of a sure thing when they get into the property. So looking at, is it just going on the MLS? How many pictures are going up there? Is there a video tour? Is there a 3D Matterport tour? Is there any outside advertising beyond the MLS, like postcards, phone campaigns, door knocking, agent networking? All of these things can serve to get more exposure for your property beyond what the MLS offers, although in 80 to 90% of the cases, the MLS does the heavy lifting. And if you haven't gotten the results that you want, don't start with blaming the agent. Look at the other 2 factors first and make sure that you're on point with your pricing and your presentation. If you have any further questions, put them in the comments. I'd be happy to get back to you. I'm Emily Cressey with Keller Williams Greater Seattle, and I'll see you in the next video.